Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract opportunities wherever they go? They don't appear luckier. They don't always work harder. Yet somehow, the right people enter their lives, doors open unexpectedly, and success follows them. What if the secret isn't luck at all? What if everything you've been searching for begins with changing the person you become? The ancient Stoics understood something that modern society often forgets. They believed that the quality of your life is determined not by what happens to you, but by how you think, how you act, and how you respond. When you master your mind, your actions become intentional. When your actions become intentional, your character transforms. And when your character transforms, your life begins to change in ways that once seemed impossible. This isn't about magic. It isn't about wishing for success. It's about becoming the kind of person that naturally creates success, peace, confidence, and abundance. Today, you'll discover 10 timeless Stoic rules that can help you reshape your mindset, overcome fear, and create the conditions for the life you've always wanted. Stay until the end because the final rule is often overlooked, yet it has the power to change everything. And if you're ready to strengthen your mind every day with Stoic wisdom, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. You'll join thousands of people committed to building discipline, inner peace, and a meaningful life. Let's begin. Rule 1: Master your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Think about that for a moment. Not your salary. Not your appearance. Not your relationships. Your thoughts. Every achievement begins as an idea. Every failure begins as a belief. Long before reality changes, the mind changes first. Most people spend their days worrying about things they cannot control. They replay old mistakes, imagine future disasters, and compare themselves to others. Without realizing it, they train their minds to expect disappointment. The Stoics understood that your mind is like a garden. Whatever you water will grow. Feed fear, and fear grows stronger. Feed courage, and courage becomes your identity. Every morning, before the world demands your attention, ask yourself, what kind of person will I choose to be today? Not what you hope will happen. Not what others will do. Only what is within your control. When negative thoughts appear, and they will, don't become their prisoner. Observe them. Question them. Replace them with thoughts that strengthen your character. This simple practice won't change your circumstances overnight. But it will change you. And once you change, your life begins to follow. Remember, everything outside begins inside. That is where true manifestation starts, not in fantasy, but in disciplined thinking. Rule 4: Practice daily gratitude. Most people spend their lives focused on what they don't have. They wake up thinking about the next promotion, the bigger house, the higher income, the perfect relationship, or the recognition they haven't yet received. Their minds are always reaching for tomorrow, forgetting the blessings that already exist today. The Stoics understood a profound truth: a person who cannot appreciate what they have today will never be satisfied with what they gain tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to be thankful, not only for life's comforts, but also for its challenges. Every obstacle was an opportunity to grow stronger. Every setback was a lesson in patience. Every difficult person was a teacher of self-control. Gratitude is not pretending everything is perfect. It is recognizing that even in imperfect circumstances, there is always something worth appreciating. When you begin each morning with gratitude, your perspective changes. Instead of saying, "I have to go to work," you think, "I have the ability to work." Instead of saying, "Life is unfair," you ask, "What can this experience teach me?" This simple shift transforms your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Try this every morning before touching your phone. Think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be extraordinary. Your health. Your family. A sunrise. The chance to begin again. The more you practice gratitude, the more you notice opportunities that were always there. Your mind becomes less distracted by what is missing and more attentive to what is possible. Gratitude doesn't guarantee that life will always be easy, but it strengthens your ability to face whatever comes with hope and resilience. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate appreciation rather than constant complaint. Opportunities often arise because of the positive attitude and steady character that gratitude helps build. As the Stoics taught, wealth is not measured only by possessions. True wealth is the ability to find contentment in the present while continuing to work faithfully toward a better future. Take a moment and ask yourself, if nothing changed tomorrow except the things I was grateful for today, would I have enough? That question has the power to transform your outlook on life. Rule 5. Embrace the power of silence. We live in a world where everyone wants to be heard. People rush to defend themselves, prove they're right, and share every opinion that crosses their minds. But the Stoics recognize that silence is often a greater source of strength than endless words. Epictetus advised, "Be mostly silent, or speak only what is necessary." Why? Because words cannot be taken back. A careless sentence spoken in anger can damage a relationship that took years to build. A moment of unnecessary boasting can reveal your plans before they are ready. Silence gives you something priceless: time to think. When someone insults you, you don't have to respond immediately. When emotions begin to rise, pause. That pause is where wisdom lives. Silence is not weakness. It is self-control. The strongest people are not those who always have the loudest voice. They are those who know when to listen, when to observe, and when to speak with purpose. Notice how successful and confident people often remain calm during conflict. They don't waste energy arguing over every criticism. They focus on what truly matters. Your actions will always speak louder than your explanations. Instead of telling everyone your dreams, quietly work toward them. Instead of arguing with people who misunderstand you, let your results answer for you. Silence also creates space for reflection. Spend a few minutes each day without distractions. No phone. No television. No social media. Simply sit with your thoughts. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I lose control? How can I become a better person tomorrow? These quiet moments build self-awareness, and self-awareness is the foundation of wisdom. Remember, not every opinion deserves your response. Not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes the greatest victory is walking away with your peace still intact. In the next rule, you'll discover why learning to let go of what you cannot control is one of the most liberating Stoic principles, and how it can bring greater peace, confidence, and clarity into every area of your life. And if you're finding value in these timeless Stoic lessons, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Each new video is designed to help you strengthen your mind, build resilience, and live with greater purpose. Your support also helps this community continue to grow. Rule 6. Let go of what you cannot control. Imagine trying to hold back the tide with your bare hands. No matter how hard you push, the ocean continues to rise and fall according to its own nature. That is exactly how many people live their lives. They fight against things they cannot change. They replay conversations that are already over. They worry about tomorrow before it arrives. They become frustrated because other people refuse to think, act, or behave the way they expect. The Stoics believe this is one of the greatest causes of suffering. Epictetus taught that there are only two categories in life: things you can control, things you cannot control. Your thoughts, your choices, your attitude, your discipline. These belong to you. But the opinions of others, the weather, the economy, the past, the future, these are outside your control. The moment you confuse these two categories, anxiety begins to grow. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every day. Inside it are regrets from 5 years ago, worries about next year, and the expectations of everyone around you. It becomes exhausting. Now imagine setting that backpack down. You suddenly feel lighter. You breathe easier. You walk farther with less effort. That is what happens when you stop carrying burdens that were never yours to carry. This doesn't mean becoming careless. It means directing your energy toward what actually changes your life. If someone rejects you, accept it with dignity. If a plan fails, learn from it and create a better one. If life surprises you, adapt instead of complaining. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that the obstacle itself can become the way forward. Every challenge contains an opportunity to practice patience, wisdom, courage, or resilience. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can this teach me?" That single question transforms suffering into growth. Remember, peace does not come from controlling the world. Peace comes from controlling yourself. The more you release what you cannot change, the more energy you have to improve what you can. That is where true freedom begins. Rule 7. Build unbreakable discipline. Motivation is exciting. It fills you with energy. It makes you believe that today is the day everything changes. But motivation is like the weather. Some days it shines brightly. Other days it disappears without warning. If your success depends on feeling motivated, your progress will always be inconsistent. The Stoics understood something far more reliable. They relied on discipline. Discipline means doing what is right, even when you don't feel like doing it. It means waking up early when your bed feels comfortable. It means exercising when your body wants to rest. It means reading instead of endlessly scrolling through distractions. It means keeping your promises, even when nobody is watching. Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. He carried enormous responsibilities. Yet many mornings he admitted that he didn't feel like getting out of bed. Instead of giving in to comfort, he reminded himself, "I was born to do the work of a human being." Those words still carry power today. Every meaningful achievement is built through repeated actions. Not once. Not twice. But every single day. Imagine two people. One waits until they feel inspired. The other works consistently regardless of how they feel. After 1 year, who do you think will have grown more? The answer is obvious. Small actions repeated daily become extraordinary results over time. Read 10 pages every day. Save a little money each week. Exercise consistently. Speak kindly. Keep learning. Remain patient. These habits seem ordinary, but together they build an extraordinary life. Discipline also strengthens your confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your mind begins to trust you more. You stop doubting your ability. You stop making excuses. You begin seeing yourself as someone who finishes what they start. That identity is priceless. Whenever you're tempted to quit, remember this. Your future self is depending on the choices you make today. Don't let temporary comfort steal a lifetime of fulfillment. The Stoics believe that character is built one decision at a time. Choose wisely. Choose consistently. Choose discipline. Because when discipline becomes your habit, success becomes your companion. Take a moment to reflect on these 7 Stoic rules. Which one challenged you the most? Which one do you need to practice today? If you're enjoying this journey into Stoic wisdom, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. More timeless lessons are on the way to help you develop resilience, inner peace, and the mindset to build the life you truly want. Rule 8. Visualize with wisdom. Many people misunderstand visualization. They believe that if they simply imagine success long enough, it will somehow appear. They picture wealth, happiness, perfect relationships, and effortless achievement. But when reality doesn't match the fantasy, they become discouraged. The Stoics practiced a very different kind of visualization. Their goal wasn't to escape reality. It was to prepare for it. Every morning, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he would encounter delays, criticism, selfishness, and unexpected obstacles. By expecting challenges, he was less likely to be overwhelmed by them. This is what it means to visualize with wisdom. Don't just imagine the reward. Imagine the work. If your dream is to build a successful business, don't only picture the profits. Picture the early mornings, the difficult decisions, the setbacks, and the persistence required to keep going. If your goal is to become physically healthy, don't only imagine the finished result. Imagine choosing healthy meals when temptation is everywhere. Imagine exercising even when you're tired. Imagine staying consistent long after the excitement fades. This kind of visualization strengthens your resolve because it prepares your mind for reality. At the same time, the Stoics practiced what is called negative visualization. They occasionally reflected on the possibility of losing what they loved, not to become fearful, but to become more grateful. Imagine waking up tomorrow without something you often take for granted: your health, your home, or the people you love. Suddenly, today's ordinary moments become extraordinary gifts. Negative visualization teaches us not to live in fear, but to appreciate the present more deeply. When you combine hopeful vision with realistic preparation, your dreams become more than wishes. They become goals supported by action. So every morning, spend a few quiet moments asking yourself, "Who do I want to become today?" Then picture yourself responding with patience instead of anger, courage instead of fear, and discipline instead of excuses. That is visualization the Stoic way. You are not imagining a different world. You are becoming a different person. And as you become stronger, your world begins to change with you. Rule 9. Detach from outcomes. One of the greatest sources of suffering is becoming attached to results we cannot fully control. You work hard and expect immediate success. You help someone and expect appreciation. You love deeply and expect the relationship to last forever. When reality doesn't match your expectations, disappointment follows. The Stoics offered a powerful solution. Focus on your effort, not the outcome. Imagine an archer preparing to shoot an arrow. They carefully choose the best bow. They practice every day. They aim with complete attention. They release the arrow with confidence. But once the arrow leaves the string, many things are beyond their control. A sudden gust of wind may change its path. The target may move unexpectedly. The Stoic archer measures success not only by hitting the target, but by giving their very best effort. Life works the same way. You can prepare. You can learn. You can work hard. You can act with integrity. But you cannot guarantee every result. When you detach from outcomes, something remarkable happens. Fear begins to lose its grip. You stop avoiding challenges because you're no longer obsessed with perfection. You become willing to try again after failure because your identity is no longer tied to a single result. Failure becomes feedback. Success becomes a bonus, not your only source of happiness. This mindset creates incredible freedom. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "Did I give my best today?" That is the question that builds character. And character is something no setback can take away. Remember, the Stoics never promised an easy life. They promised that a wise person could remain steady through both victory and defeat. When you learn to let go of what happens after you've done your best, peace replaces anxiety. You sleep better. You think more clearly. And ironically, because you're no longer paralyzed by fear, you often perform even better. Your responsibility is the effort. The outcome belongs to life. Trust the process. Stay faithful to your principles. And keep moving forward. Rule 10. Live according to virtue. If there is one lesson that stands above all the others, it is this. Your character is your greatest treasure. The Stoics believe that wealth can disappear. Fame can fade. Beauty changes with time. Power can be taken away. But a person of strong character carries a wealth that no one can steal. Marcus Aurelius never measured success by how much he owned. He measured it by whether he acted with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. These four virtues formed the foundation of Stoic philosophy. Wisdom means making decisions based on reason instead of impulse. Before reacting, ask yourself, what is the wisest response? Courage means doing what is right, even when it is difficult. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to move forward despite fear. Justice means treating others fairly, honestly, and with respect. Even when someone wrongs you, don't allow their behavior to pull you away from your values. Self-control means mastering your desires, emotions, and habits. It is the quiet strength that keeps you focused on what truly matters. Imagine building a house on sand. It may look impressive for a while, but when the storm comes, it collapses. Now imagine building the same house on solid rock. The winds may blow, and the rain may fall, but the foundation remains firm. Virtue is that foundation. When your life is built on character instead of appearances, no criticism can destroy your confidence. No setback can steal your purpose. No temporary failure can define your future. People may remember your achievements for a while, but they will remember your character for a lifetime. So ask yourself every evening, did I act with honesty today? Did I show patience when I was tested? Did I treat people with kindness? Did I remain faithful to my principles? If the answer is yes, then you've already succeeded, regardless of what the world says. Because the greatest victory is becoming the person you were meant to be. Conclusion: everything will come to you. As we come to the end of this journey, remember something that the Stoics understood centuries ago. The goal is not to force life to give you everything you want. The goal is to become the kind of person who is ready for whatever life brings. Let's remember the 10 Stoic rules. Master your thoughts. Stop chasing and start becoming. Control your emotions. Practice daily gratitude. Embrace the power of silence. Let go of what you cannot control. Build unbreakable discipline. Visualize with wisdom. Detach from outcomes. Live according to virtue. These are not quick tricks. They are lifelong practices. Apply them consistently, and you may notice something remarkable. Your mind becomes calmer. Your decisions become wiser. Your relationships become healthier. Your confidence grows stronger. And opportunities begin to appear, not because the universe suddenly changed, but because you changed. As the Stoics taught, our actions and attitudes shape the quality of our lives. When you become disciplined, patient, courageous, and wise, you place yourself in a far better position to recognize opportunities and respond to them well. So beginning today, don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. Start with one rule. Practice it every day. Then add another. One habit. One choice. One day at a time. Months from now, you'll look back and realize that the life you once dreamed about didn't arrive overnight. It was built step by step by the person you chose to become. If this video inspired you, take a moment to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another lesson in Stoicism. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement, and let us know in the comments. Which of these 10 Stoic rules will you begin practicing today? Thank you for watching. Until next time, protect your peace, strengthen your mind, and remember: a calm mind, a disciplined heart, and a virtuous life are the greatest foundations for lasting fulfillment.